I used a statistic that is really just, and it's a familiar way of assessing differences and things like that, the old 80-20 rule, that if you've got a group of people under a certain statistical category, 80% generally will fall in one way and 20% will fall in another way. It has nothing to do with Scripture, but it's just a helpful metric for us to think about things within the room here today. And a number of people commented on it to me in different ways, and so I want to just remind you of what was said there, that in a room of this size, 200, 300 people, the numbers fluctuate, and who cares what they are. But if you apply the 80-20 rule in a most favorable way to the spiritual condition of the number of souls that are in front of us, and say 80% are saved and 20% are not, in a room of this size, looking on faces that it's not statistics to a pastor, it's faces and souls that you may never see again. You realize that if there are 20% that are not saved, that means that by the math, 200 to 300, you're talking about 40 to 60 people that are sitting together today, and there will be a parting. You talk about a fork in the road. There will be a time of separation when the Lord separates the wheat from the chaff and the sheep from the goats. And it just pains me. It physically pains me to say and to recognize and remember, even as I stand here, that we're talking about dozens and dozens of people that we rub shoulders with, that we talk to, that we laugh with, that we talk with, and to realize that there's a separation taking place, and that 40, 50, 60 people, conservatively speaking, would be among those that will not be with us around the throne of Christ, and instead will be suffering unimaginable eternal torment as the just punishment from God for their sins. And so that makes all of this very, very sobering.